guys, I just want to get a few points across about what I think of the stretch gameplay and what I think of what Fortnite is doing to their community and why they're not listening. So I'm just going to go over a few points. So regarding stretch res, why do they keep getting rid of it? This looks ugly. Native is not good. If you are a player who's been playing on stretched for, let's even say, a month, you understand why people do it. And I know console players don't have access to it. Mobile players, obviously, you know, Switch. These players don't have access to it. But when you have it for PC, and you just take it away, it's like some players now feel useless. They're gonna quit the game. They're gonna go try something else completely new. That's because they don't like what you're doing to the game. And I just wanna understand if someone can help me why they keep adding things. It's like they're taking a step forward and then 2 steps back. They always take one, they add Siphon to the game, they remove it. Why? Because it promotes aggressive play. Make a permanent Siphon game mode. When you came out with it, it was perfect. Some people loved it, some people hated it. People who loved it only played that. They didn't play pubs. It got them out of pubs. All the sweats would go to Siphon and just play that. The same thing could be happening here if they took their ranked and switched it to a beginner tutorial type system here. They can take the game and they can say, hey, new players, new accounts, sure, you go into a game, 300 kills or 10 wins, and then you can play pubs. So only new players are going to be able to play, and that would be a perfect idea. I know a lot of people would smurf and then they'd play a bunch of bots, but it would just allow for players to have that experience to get into the Fortnite and try it out. When you have Siphon coming out and then you remove it because of aggressive play, I don't know, that whole Siphon argument doesn't make any sense to me at all. So I understand why they take out stretch sometimes. I understand it can damage the quality of game of new players when they come in because they just get absolutely destroyed. But if you never add the ability to, if they just take stretched out now, if they would have not been able to do that from day one, people would be used to the normal game, players would still be good at the game, and the new players would still be destroyed. So I don't think that getting rid of stretch prevents bad players or new players interacting in a different way. It's just how the screen looks. And getting rid of stretch only affects the community in a negative way. I don't see how that can help the community in a positive way. If someone doesn't want to play on stretched, they don't have to play on stretch. You can still do perfectly well on native. The biggest issue I see right now with Fortnite is they're not listening. A multi-billion-dollar company made to the tops extremely easily won't address an argument that's probably the biggest they've had in this game. The Siphon, the stretched, they just come out with these updates unannounced. What's going on? The reboot bans, absolutely amazing. There's not a problem with them. 2 minutes, you can't boost cheat, anything like that in the arena mode. They prevented that with the 2-minute delay. I think what they're doing with the reboot bans is amazing. They should have had that a while ago, and people are saying, oh, they copied Apex. They didn't copy Apex. You can't say they copied Apex. They plan a lot of these things out and take a lot of time to implement these. But I like what they're doing with the reboot bans. I don't like what they're doing with their esports new players strategy. I don't understand that at all. And if someone can comment on that, please let me know. But so you know how you get, I don't know if you guys get these, but the emails that say, hey, take the survey, how are you enjoying season 7, season 8? They usually do that at the beginning of each season. I don't know if you guys get those, but what they need to do in those is have different surveys regarding gameplay in a more competitive sense, saying, oh, what's something we should be changing about our game? What do you like? Something you don't like? Instead of the, oh, how are you liking the new game? Whoopee, yeah, it's sick. Say, hey, what do you think about adding a different stretch? Like, instead of leaving it vague, how do you like it? People are going to say, sure, they love the game, but there's aspects they don't like, and they fail to address those in those surveys. If they address those, this game would be, I think, better because they could listen to the community. Do I think Fortnite is dying? Absolutely not. I think that the player count and the player loyalty to the game will start to decrease if they keep doing what they're doing. taking things in, adding them. People love them for a month, and then they get too good at the abilities they add, and then they remove it. I don't see how that's fair to the players because, you know, Siphon, they just bring it in, say it's a new thing, say they're gonna have it. What people are saying is to counter Apex. I don't think it was to, but if it was, good on them. They got a lot of people playing, but they need to be able to address the community and realize this is what the players want. This is how we're gonna keep them around. Let's do that. Have different. I mean, there's so many different options. They need to branch out and ask the community. Like, they're so community oriented with their, like, create a block, create a game mode, and all of that's amazing, but they don't address the community in regards to the gameplay, and that's where they struggle with this game. I think that's the only thing different they can do to be the absolute best of the best. Work with the community, work on how to figure out these different things. You know, do that much better. They have bigger issues to address. Stream sniping. There should be more ways to combat that. They have so many problems in this game that they don't address. I just don't understand why. Arena is understandable, and I like what they're doing with it, only because it's balanced. You get a kill, sure, it's like competitive, it has that competitive aspect to it. It doesn't feel strange and weird at all, but what they need to do is put Stretch back in. The situation with hackers, I think that needs to be sorted out too, because you see so many games, people just aimbotting. I know it's gone down a lot, but there's still those possibilities. I know that it's impossible to completely get every single person who hacks, but something needs to be done to prevent it. Something needs to be done about the bug fixes. The major issues of this game need to be solved before they worry about these tiny ones that aren't game breaking. They're not game breaking. Pubs allow Stretch, allow Siphon in a special game mode. People want these things, and I think they need to cater to the people. They brought them creative so they can have special game modes whenever they want with their friends. They've done all these great changes, but it's just a few that completely revert everyone's opinion on the game and make them even more annoyed than they were before. And it's just getting worse. They need to have something new in this game, or else I don't think it's going to be a good change in the future. Thank you guys for watching. Check out some of the other ones. They're probably not the best video quality. I'm going to have some better ones coming soon. Enjoy your day. Tell me what you think about the new Fortnite update. See ya.